I have something to share on the screen to take you on a different journey today. It will be no more the sailors, but it is a life in itself. This topic of work life balance means, do I really love myself? Let's take life first. A complete human. Am I really balanced? If I'm balanced, I will always find peace in my heart. And what are we trying to balance? Just the three segments which make me a whole, a complete whole. This applies not just to sailors, to every human today. And it goes good whether you're a Norwegian or an Italian or an Australian. We have people from 150 countries here, and we live like a big family in Ghana. We have many seminars. So let's say take our body, the mind and the heart itself. Most of us feel that the heart itself is just an organ which is palpitating, pumping blood. When I had a session with the doctors in Patna, they were all cardiologists, heart specialists, about 30 of them. And they said, I said, what is heart? He said, it pumps blood. I said, what more? They had no answer to it. I said, for us, heart is everything. It is the place which embodies the soul. Your entire life is there. There are feelings to it. Without feelings, without compassion, no matter where we go, we cannot even make a crew ours. I remember my manning officer in Mumbai. He told me, Captain, what's gone wrong with you? One day, he called me for that. And I said, what is it? He says, since 3 years back, I see people want to come on board your ships. But there was a time when they didn't want to come because you were so strict. Now they say they want to come back on your ship. So I said, what has changed? He says, I don't know. I'm asking you. And the change was only heartfulness. It taught me how to navigate on board, how to work with people, look after them, not as a duty alone, as a human would. And when we did that, you find that there was so much cohesiveness among the crew. We were a family. Earlier, it was me doing something and crew serving me, but here, really, a captain, an officer became a servant. And why I say all this, because then the human values manifest and people like to look up at you as a role model. Many a times, sorry to say, I learned from my predecessors what not to do. That was also a learning. So when I become a captain, I shouldn't be doing that. So when you're open, we are not demeaning anybody here because I don't know. We are all similar. And if you know, I don't know how many of you, we are all alike. We have three bodies in us. One is called the physical body, which is outer. One is a soul, which we just saw, the heart, and which is called causal body. If you remove the cause, the body collapses anyway. That's why it's called causal. So causal body and a physical body, these two we know. And the third element, which we call subtle body, which lies in between, is what makes us all different and unique. What proportion of chit, buddhi, manas, and ahankar I have, which is mind, ego, intellect, that makes us different. And all our treasure lies there. Now, how it should be is what matters. So in heartfulness, I learned all this and I said, okay, what is it that I'm supposed to do? And why I'm sharing all this as a sailor, because I have sailed on board for 7 years after joining the organization. And I was using all the tools. Early morning, a lovely meditation is a wonderful way to start your day. You're calm, you're composed, you're aligned with your inner self. And if you can do that, you find the vibrations on the ship itself changes. Many people started following, Captain, there's something which you do. I have stories to tell in our journals, which will fascinate so many of us. They say it is like impossible. So if I may tell you one story, which was a piracy attack which I had in the Straits of Bab el Mandeb. Lovely, calm seas. My ship was fully loaded with veg oil from Thailand and Indonesia, and we were going up to Europe. As soon as we entered Bab el Mandeb, I had 4 boats, 2 on the bow and 2 on the stern. 6 or 7 people in each boat. It was like an organized group. I don't know how many of you have experienced that. And somewhere I knew about it. Now, please don't ask me how. That is what happens with meditators generally. They know. Because they are connected with the source somewhere, and they get that information because there is a connect. So about a month back, I had this. I said, okay, now what do I do? Because generally we would put those barbed wires and so many things which are around. But I knew for sure that we were very culpable. 13 knot speed, max, fully loaded. You can't maneuver much, you lack speed. So we had done so much study, and those days were very difficult with these people. So when I was meditating one of the days, a thought occurred that I should create a steam line around my ship. So I ordered 1-inch pipes, made lizard because I was always on tankers. So we had steam on board. So I made an entire pipeline around with 4 fitters during my sailing. And we created lizard so I don't lose the steam pressure. I had everybody on board. When this approach happened, we had already trained the crew. The moment these 4 boats came close, I said, open steam. It was already on warm-up. The moment they opened steam, these guys observed, followed me for 5 minutes, and then retreated. I shut down the steam because we know for sure that we can't open steam for long. We have a limited capacity in the boiler. I knew their ignorance. I was banking on it. After 5 minutes, again they approached. I did the same thing, open steam, and we were making a video recording and photographs, everything. You won't believe, after some time, one of them took a RPG and aimed at me. And I said, okay, let it come. I don't know what that guy saw. After 5 minutes, they all dispersed. Again, after an hour, I had the same attack. And we were prepared. We did the same thing. This time, they didn't raise the RPG. So you can imagine it is an organized crime, and how staying connected with the inner self helped me. I'm only sharing one simple example, though there is a book I can write on the experiences of a sailor in Heartfulness or the journey of the soul itself. But how do we achieve it? Because whatever I have learned is not for me, it is for all of us. How we can perform better, elevate ourselves, refine ourselves, have more confidence in this journey which we are undergoing, whether it is sailing on board a ship or coming and sailing on this land. Here, it is more difficult for all of us as sailors. I know the journey on land is even more difficult. Our money is thought as if it is just pulled out of some tree, and people expect much more from us. So how do we balance ourselves? Work-life balance. For regulating the mind or focusing the mind, we say meditation. Heartfulness offers very simple techniques free of cost. It has 1,500 trainers, 15,000, my apologies, across the globe who are available. And they can give you online sessions on HeartSap, etc. And you benefit immensely. So there are many unique features. The second unique feature is cleaning. So whatever impressions we get on ourselves, what is it that we do? If you're upset with someone, we carry home and we disturb everyone. Every thought, every word, every action of ours creates a sanskara or an impression on our body, on our mind, or on our soul, we say. How do I get rid of that? And they keep accumulating over us, and they govern our moods. If they are not removed, they become our nature or tendencies. So how do I learn these techniques when I'm ashore, let us say? And when we go on board, that's why we say self-development aboard, work-life balance. For me, sailor's life was a gift. I could use all the learnings on shore and practice on board. Just 1 hour meditation in the morning, half an hour of cleaning, max 15 minutes to half an hour, so that all our weaknesses, emotions, negative tendencies, and thoughts could be removed by our own self in a very natural way. And the third is the inner connect, how we connect with the source. These are three basic things which heartfulness teaches us. So, how do we manage? Suppose you're a balanced person. Does it really matter whether I'm sure or I'm on board? You will always be balanced. The tougher the situation, the better I become. It's like Indian cricket team, You put pressure on them and see how they do good. I've always seen them. We Indians have special quality, gifted it. So how do we do it? It's not that we have to be under pressure to perform. Pressures are always there on board, whether it's a captain or a chief engineer. We know we are going on to do something. Even our company people who are ashore are under pressure. But how are we handling ourselves? We have pressure of family because we have responsibilities there. So for me, the biggest learning was to balance ourselves, moderate our senses in a very natural way without any struggle. And if you see, I don't know how many of us know this part, that our brain, especially the right one, has parasympathetic nervous system. And the left half of the brain is called sympathetic nervous system. Whenever there is a pressure, there are times in our life we say, should I leave the ship? There is too much pressure. The captain is not good. And as captains, we say, no, I'm not going along well with the chief. And we are just two. And why it happens? Because it is a human ego, each trying to prove I'm better and you're not. Whereas on a spiritual plane, people who are balanced always say, I appreciate your talent. That's the best way we humans address each other in heartfulness. We are able to expose ourselves to that conscious plane and say, I admire that talent of yours, Chief. To share with you a practical experience, I had a chief engineer, and you won't believe he troubled us like anything for 1 month. The second mate, the cadet, everybody was disturbed. I too was disturbed because he was part of me. I never thought he was different. He was my brother. I was already a meditator. And I say, okay, he's elder than me. What is it that I can do for him? And you won't believe, or you may not agree to me, I just did whatever was good for him to make him comfortable. He would even say, I won't give you more speed. I said, it's okay, Chief. You're answerable. You're the right man for your machinery. You know more. Of course, you know what is the charter party speed. But please go ahead. I trust you. After 1 month, he came to my office and he cried like a baby. And he said, Saab, in my entire life, I never had a captain like you. I always troubled people and I ended up fighting and, we had good time. So it was a tendency, it was a nature which was inherent in a human. And all of us have a limit where we can go. Once that breaks, it's deflated. So anyway, if those are the times, many people use the SNS, sympathetic nervous system, which is an immediate response. It is reactive. But those who do heartful meditation or heart-based meditation, they are more empathetic towards themselves. They are more responsive. So what we do, whenever there is a stress on us, I'll take you to simplify these concepts and make it practical for us. We'll have a practical session rather than just theory. And the practical session would be where we all will meditate, if you permit, for about 10 minutes total, and see how our whole personality changes. Stress can be through any cause. And one of the most important is, if we are unhappy from our families, from our career, or if we are too desirous or greedy for money, which is never enough in life. If I can sustain my life after leaving at the age of 38, you can imagine all of us can sustain. So we have enough, but we don't know when to call it a day and how to use the money sensibly, how to invest sensibly. If we, I'm an average human, so we don't have too many things on us where we need to spend. So if there are many stresses, the easiest, when you are caught up in a situation, I request you all, you can try it even now, left nostril breathing, we call, so that our parasympathetic nervous system comes in action. This can be learned and taught to anybody who's under stress. Many people take stress, our officers. All you got to do is ask him, take a deep breath from the left nostril and let go from the right. You do it 6, 7 times, 8 times, 10 times, you find immediately the whole body has become composed. So this is the simplest thing for all of us, because whenever we are under stress, you find the stress goes down. We may just fire someone, we may take a wrong action, we may get angry. And if you get angry at home, God forbid, what would the spouse do? We don't want to make her angry, you know. Otherwise, घर नहीं आने देगी साहब, पूरा life ship में जाएगा. So the second technique which heartfulness offers, this is the simplest, is relaxation, which we'll do now. We'll practically relax ourselves. Whoever has learned this technique are able to sleep well. Many people take sleeping pills to sleep. None of us really share our lives with anybody. We don't have friends. We are all lonely, actually, on board. The more you go close to the crew, you know they are going to take advantage of you. So how do we live alone? We have to learn something where we are able to do self-development rather than counting days to go home. Because if I'm happy whether I'm on a ship or I'm at home. I'm still the same. So heartfulness, relaxation, and meditation we'll do in a short while. I'll just tell you, this organization is spread in 140 countries, 2 million participants right now, growing in number almost daily, 15,000 certified trainers, and it is all run by volunteers like me. So I'm here for last 17 years, working as a volunteer for 10 years, have served in various positions in Chennai as a joint secretary of the mission, and now serving here, whatever little way, but our experience is vast. The unique feature is transmission, which we'll experience now. So how do we do it? I'll be giving some instructions to our team, and I'll request you to please make yourself very comfortable. Rather than making it a theory, let's have a practical session and experience it. And all we got to do is sit in absolutely comfortable position as much as you can. Please gently close your eyes. Have a deep inhale and exhale, which will calm us down. Feel that the energy from the Mother Earth is rising from your toes, and it will be gradually going up to your head. You can wriggle your toes to feel them. Feel the energy from the Mother Earth is entering your body from your feet, slowly rising up to your knees, up to your thighs, relaxing them. Feel the energy is moving up your hips to the lower back, up to the chest. Any heaviness, tightness in your body is being released by this energy. Feel the energy slowly moving up from your back to the shoulders, relaxing your back totally. Now your body from the chest till the toes is feeling relaxed. And the energy slowly moving up your shoulders. Feel that your shoulders are all melting away. Any stress, any tension is being let go. Feel the energy is moving down your hands from shoulder towards the elbow, forearm, wrist, and going out of the fingers, relaxing both hands. Feel the energy is moving up your neck towards your head, relaxing your chin, lips, nose, eyes, facial muscles, as well as the forehead. Now your entire body from top of the head to the toes are feeling relaxed. Please scan your entire body once more. See if there is any stress, any tightness in the body. Relax that area. Now gently bring your attention to your heart. Please give a thought that there is divine light in your heart, which is attracting you from within. I repeat, please bring your thought that there is divine light in your heart, which is attracting you from within. Fill your heart with love and light and stay connected with it. In case any thoughts take you somewhere, gently bring back the attention to the heart with the same supposition that there is divine light in your heart, which is attracting you from within. And you're feeling the love and light in the heart. Please continue meditation with this thought till you hear that all. That's all. Very gently open your eyes. As we were talking, the unique feature of heartfulness meditation, because there are many, many types of meditation, that itself is confusing, is transmission or pranahuti, which is nothing but the energy of your own self within. The source lies within us. If you may kindly put in the chat, whoever wishes, how are you feeling now? Are you feeling the same? And we have hardly done it for 10 minutes. Or anybody can unmute yourself and share, please.
Anyone wish to share the experience, please do share, or you can write down in chat box.
Meditating always feels when we meditate, it is very good for us. And just I meditated for at least not 10 minutes, it is 5 minutes, but it was good, and I was feeling relaxed. So very, very, very good for us. So of course, meditation is very good for anybody on earth, on this planet.
Thank you,
Thank
V.
you.
Prashanji. You can imagine if, as sailors, and the entire ship meditates, or at least a captain or a few of our officers do, it changes, it transforms. You see, everything is a vibration on this planet. There's so much which we can share, but the platform, I mean, we hardly have. But if there are series, we could share with you so much of learnings in my 10 years, especially as working as a volunteer, and another 7 years where I sailed as a captain on ships or a training superintendent. There is a transformative energy. And none of us really like to be tensed or upset, whether we are in family or on board. And we do get easily upset, troubled. And there's nobody to share. And every time we didn't know, we share our problems, we're actually aggravating ourselves. It adds to one more layer. The more we think, the more stronger that knot gets. That's why there is another session, we call it cleaning, which we'll do sometime if we get an opportunity, where we can experience how effective that cleaning can be, how meditation helped us become calm and peaceful in just few minutes. Normally, the relaxation itself is long. It takes 5 to 7 minutes. So if you go on the Heartfulness website, or you can download a Hearts app, you can learn so much from this site itself.
There is some comments on chat box. Relaxing and good feeling. Rare for sea. That is from Captain Dhananjay. Pankaj Sood. Rare for a seafarer to have such blissful feeling.
Thank you.
There are many. I mean, it is very relaxing from Captain Pramod. Jillian is saying thank you. So it's a great experience.
Thank you
I'd
so
like
much.
to.
Please.
This is Captain Gaurang Sethi, and I've been sailing for a long time. Like I joined SEAT 1978, but with Anglo-Stone almost about 37 years. And in this organization, for last 20 years, I have been practicing. And when I go on ship, the initial thing I create a positive atmosphere in the business, and which helped me. And so far, like in my career as a mastermind, many times we come like life comes up, comes down. But however, we always I get a help from my own inside, like from my own heart, and it helps me and get out from the troubles. So this is my experience, and almost 20 years I have been practicing in this organization. In fact, I encourage people to do this on board ship. There are few people who follow, there are few people who not be interested. But however, the best thing is to create a positive atmosphere on board ship. And when you create a positive atmosphere on board ship, most of your troubles go away slowly, and you come back to the normal life. Thank you.
Thank you.
Like Captain Ranabat, I met a long time, I mean, say about 6-7 years back. And whenever I go to the ashram, also I meet there him. And a few of my colleagues also, they already joined in this organization.
Thank you, Captain Sethi. See, one small example I'll share. When I was sailing as a training superintendent on one ship, and you go only for 10 days or 15 days to do those onboard trainings. During my second day itself, I conveyed, there was a Romanian captain that time. I was serving gem ships as the training superintendent of Dubai. And I conveyed to the captain, something is wrong with your second officer. How is he? He says he's excellent in his work, but he doesn't talk much. I said, I'm sorry to say, Captain, it was lunchtime, I remember. But your captain, your second officer has some suicidal tendencies. And he says, how do you know? He's a very nice officer. Now you see, everything was fine with him as far as the others go. But for me, there was an intuition, there was a feeling, because we are all heart-based here. And when you won't believe, the same night at 2 o'clock or so, someone knocked at my door, and it was none other than the captain saying, oh my God, you were so right. That guy has taken pills, and he was the medical officer, so he had access to everything in his medical kit, and he had vomited. And he was amazed, how do you know? I said, I don't know, but I feel it. So it's not that we are visionaries, but what we are looking at is when a captain is sensitive, when you are aware of what is your crew, how your crew is, you're able to create. You see, normally we look at time. You have to tell your crew, oh, half an hour only for tea, 1 hour for lunch. And they go 15 minutes here and there. 6 o'clock means 5:30 knock off. It's natural. Why? Because people do not belong to the organization. When we ourselves, we don't belong because the organization doesn't belong to us. So somewhere now we are realizing we as humans really thrive on love and care and compassion. And that's how in Heartfulness, I realized we are able to have better relations, even with our families. It's not just on board. We are talking about work and life. If we are happy at home, we have outstanding performances on board. We will be the best. So how do we do it? Heartfulness is doing so many things as free of cost, online courses, everything. I mean, the trainers are giving their lives out, their free time, because we want to transform the world so that we all have a better place to live in, and none other than becoming better humans. And in fact, spiritual beings, because nowadays in industry, it is the emotional quotient, the spiritual quotient which is asked for. No more just the degrees. We are being tested. I'm sure the HR would endorse that. And if we are powerful in our SQs and emotional quotients, we can take our industry to a different platform. So I won't take long, Jasab. I'll hand over the command to you in case there are any questions, and please sail us through. I'm always available. I'll just share my email ID and phone numbers. In case anybody would like to take down, I'm 24/7 available.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time and thank you for the presentation. It was a lovely experience. And I am opening this forum for any questions for Captain Vineet on work-life balance.
Can I just speak a little? I'm Captain Mitra, and I would like to vouch for everything Captain Ranawat has said. I have also experienced that on all my ships, when I do meditation with my entire crew, very soon Some of them develop interest. Of course, this is a matter of practice. So once you start practicing, you can learn. And those who do not, I have seen that the atmosphere on the ship itself changes and a lot of positive things happen. It is not that only the person who is doing the meditation. The wonderful thing about heartfulness meditation is that if one person on the ship is doing it, the atmosphere, everybody else is benefited. So I encourage everyone on the ships to do it, because when a lot of people are doing it together, then the benefit is very huge. The other thing I have seen is the shipping industry is faced with so many problems. We always discuss about the problems, about the work stress, about the big accidents and things like that, which we face. And we try to look at it from the technical point of view, what went wrong. But I feel personally that this is one of the great solutions. So I invite everybody over here also to think along these lines. Thank you.